Hello, everybody. Welcome to Magus of the Frog. The year is 2024, and we are getting back into one of the greatest games I have ever played, Magic the Gathering. I have been playing this game off and on throughout the years, ever since I was a young kid, and man, there are few things in life that bring me as much joy as this game. Now, it's been a couple of years since I last played consistently, so I figured with the release of Foundations, a supposed return to form in terms of core gameplay and mechanics, that I would start this channel as a project to not only chronicle my journey as a returning player, but to also share my love of the game with others. And what perfect way to do that and start with the most accessible format, limited, using the sealed and draft tokens we got for pre-ordering the set on Magic Arena. Eventually, we'll check out standards since there will be some competitive events later this month. I believe there's a qualifier weekend for the Arena Open. I can't wait to brew something up, especially since I'm not familiar at all with any of the current sets legal and standard. But today, we are here to do sealed. I think traditional best of three is what I'm going to start with. It's just what I am the most familiar with. And I should let you know that I am going into this blind. I have actively shielded myself from card spoilers. It might not be the best strategy for getting the most out of my money, but I do think it would maximize the level of fun and exploration of this set. So let's see, what do we get here? We get 6 booster packs. If we win 4-0, we get 2,200 gems and 3 packs. Very nice. We'll do the same with the draft tokens. We'll go in blind. Eventually, we'll learn the set and the cards. And win rate be damned. Let's see how our fundamentals have held up throughout my long break from Magic. Let's click this one sealed token. Keep playing until you get 2 match losses. Ooh, I like this animation. I am not too familiar with Magic Arena. I should also mention that I mostly play paper when I was playing consistently. But let's open this. I don't know if my strategy is a bit outdated, but I do... Ooh, okay, perfect. I was going to say that I like to look at the rares first. It looks like they're just giving it to us here. Let's read some of these. Whenever a creature controlled deals damage, but that... Ooh. You may cast a card from your graveyard by removing 6 counters. Oh. I like that. Banner of Kinship. As this artifact enters, choose a creature type. Enter creatures. Oh, it's kind of like Coat of Arms, if you're familiar with that. Slag Storm. Oh, very cool. Authority of the Consuls. I think I've seen this card before. This must be a reprint. Twin Flame. Oh, I do love dragons. When if a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, it deals double that. Okay. Red. I like red. Flash Flying. You may cast spells as though they had flash. Okay, without looking at the rest of the cards, I'm already liking red based on what we have here. What's this one? Alicia, who laughs at fate. First strike, I like that. Whenever it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Raid. At the beginning of your end step, if you attack this turn, return target creature card with mana value less than or equal to Alicia's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, interesting. I'm liking the red rare so far, but how do I see the rest of the cards? Oh, here we go. Ah. And then I can sort through here. So besides looking at the rares, I also like to just look at the quality of the creatures. Is this a filter? Oh, perfect. Let's see if there's a good way to do this. I just want to look at the creatures first. Creatures, okay. Let's see, we've got Healer's Hawk, Savannah Lions. Oh, okay, perfect. I can just put it all in here. Oh, I got some good flyers in white. Create 2. Okay, I like this. When enters, number of other creature call. Ah. I like this. This seems strong. I gain a life. It's a flyer. I like evasive threats. Enters. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 other target creatures you control. That's cool. When this creature enters and exile target player's graveyard. Is there a graveyard thing going on in this set? Now let's look at blue. Whenever you draw a card. Wait, whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. That's cool. Flash prowess. Okay, so blue's looking a bit anemic in terms of the low drops. Now let's look at black. There's a sack theme going on. Ooh, Vampire Nighthawk's in this. Oh, this is one of my favorite cards. Gutless Plunderer. Enters or tackle the top 3 cards of your library. You may put one of those cards back top, the rest in your graveyard. Billowing Shriek Mass. Oh, there's Threshold. I do like Threshold. Whenever it attacks, if there's 7 more, this creature gets +2/+0. That seems cool. Enters. Exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. Exile each. Drain 2. Tragic Banshee. Morbid. When this creature enters. Oh, this reminds me of Tragic Slip. It is Tragic Slip on a creature. Okay, I am liking the black and the white creatures so far. Now let's look at red. Non-creature spell. Doesn't untap at the beginning of each ends up. Oh, okay. Good in the sack deck. Target creature gets +1/+0. Whenever you attack, target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains menace. So this guy doesn't necessarily have to attack. Okay. Target creature can't block. When this creature enters, if you attack this turn, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose. Okay. Oh, the dragon is so cool. Let's look at the green. Enters dies. You got Reclamation Sage. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature dies this turn, reach Death Touch. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. This is strong, no? Reach landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, create a token. Okay, green's looking strong too. Ruby Daring Tracker. Whenever Ruby attacks while you control a creature with power of 4 or greater, Ruby gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Okay. That. A 12/8. Aw, my man. Let's see, whenever this creature... I'm liking green so far. Okay, I'm not liking the blue creatures, but maybe the blue spells are good. I'm liking red, green, and black so far. White is looking good too, just because of the flyers. But the standout cards for me, at least so far, is this one seems really strong. This one right here. Vampire Nighthawk, maybe it's just a pet card of mine, which is why I like it. Obviously the rare dragon. This quilled great worm. Apothecary Stomper, and then these guys. I think green is looking quite strong. So maybe green, white, green, red, green, black. We'll see. Now, let's look at... Oh. There's a way to do some search terms here. I'll look through that later. Now let's look at instants and sorceries. Artifacts, enchantments, battle commanders, everything else besides creatures. Let's start with planeswalkers. Do we get any? Nope. Instants. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature power 4 greater. I like that. Think twice. Refute. Draw. Destroy. Okay. So some hard removal in white and black. Tap creature for each code and target in your graveyard. Return. Slag Storm. Slag Storm is really good. Gain control, haste, bushwhack. Okay. That looks pretty good. Any enchantments? Any artifacts? Creatures control. Oh, this is cool. We do have some elves. Maybe that as a last resort. And I don't think we have any battles. Okay, let us try and see what a red-green deck looks like. Not that many 3-drops. Let's see, double bushwhack. Slag Storm. Is that even good in our deck? It kills... Oh, it hits players. Maybe not that. A threaten effect sounds pretty cool. Okay, we are a bit heavy in terms of the top end here. I liked white because of the amount of flyers it gave us in this spot. Now the question is, which is better, our green or a red? If we go black, I'm actually liking the black as well. It's got removal, it's got recursion. So let us see what black-red looks like. Okay, I can kind of work with this. This enables Morbid. It creates creatures. Maybe not the Firebrand Archer. Super heavy on the 4-drops. The toughness is too low. Let's see, can I sort this by creatures? Will this work? Type, creatures. Ah, perfect. So I am kind of liking this. How many creatures do we have? We could reduce it. I like this one. I like this one. This one's good. This one's definitely good. These are good. Maybe one Zombify and be creature heavy. Let's try this. We are heavily in black. Is Slagstorm good? I think it is. Let's use this. Oh, where did I go? And then let's add some lands. Suggest lands. There we go. Perfect. Let's give it a try, guys. Like I said, win rate be damned. I just want to get into this format, get it started. Let's check out round one. Tasty diseases. Okay, frog versus hippo. Ooh, we get to play first. Round one. We get two drops. We get our rare. Okay, so we just need lands, so I'm okay with this. Hello. Okay, blue. Let's player mountain, player 2 drop. Ah, what sleeves are this? That's a very cool looking sleeve. It would be really cool if we got a swamp next time. Okay, what does this do? Whenever this creature attacks while you control, gets +1, +0, and menace. Okay, let's attack. Let's be on the aggressive here. And then play another. Two hungry ghouls. If we can keep mana up, we can sack another creature to put a counter on it. But I want to get another land so I can play one of my 3 drops. I think either will be good. This one seems really good in terms of synergy with this hungry ghoul. Yikes. We did not get... Okay, so our opponent is playing sort of a non-creature spells matter deck. I think we just pass here. I don't know if we have any good attacks. Maybe we double block the Crackling Cyclops. If they have a removal spell for one of my... Okay. We can still sacrifice whichever he's gonna kill here to put a +1/+1 counter on the other ghoul. I'm okay with this. We still get to kill. Oh my goodness. I need that third land badly. It looks like my opponent is holding up some sort of removal spell here. Now, I do think we need to draw our third land, or else we'll start falling 2 behind. Our opponent still has 5 cards in hand. And although we have 6, it's going to take several turns to kind of get the value out of this. But there are good ways for us to come back. I think they have some sort of removal spell that is enough to kill a 2 toughness creature. So maybe I'll play a Vampire Nighthawk first, provided we get the second black source. Land! Oh my goodness. Okay, I think he's holding some sort of spell, so I think... Well, we gotta play it out. Unfortunately, we did not get that third land. And I think we just keep passing. We're in no hurry here. If we get our third and fourth land, we can easily come back from this game. That is no problem to me. Because he did, you know, waste the pump effect of the Cyclops. I wouldn't probably have blocked anyway. Okay, now we definitely need our third land, and hopefully it's a black source. Otherwise, this dragon is going to get away with it. Okay, we did not get there with the black source, but thankfully we still got... Okay, I think we will still... I think we attack to trigger raid. At the beginning of end step, if you attack this turn, return target creature card with mana value less than or equal to Alicia's power, which means we can get our Hungry Ghoul back. Let's see what our opponent does. He's probably thinking about me having some sort of... Oh, and he takes it. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. But we do get Alicia, and we get our Hungry Ghoul back. So now the jig's up. My opponent knows that I attack with the Firebrand just to trigger raid, and so I don't know if it will work again next time, but we'll still see what we get. I think if they have another removal spell, unless Burst Lightning was the thing they were holding up, I think Alicia is definitely their first target. Okay, our flyers are going crazy. Ah, very nice. So in here, I think we can triple block the Cyclops, get rid of it, and we will lose, I'm assuming, our Alicia and our Hungry Ghoul. Or we could just lose our Siphoner. We will still be taking 4 in the air. But here's the thing. If we draw another land, we can get our Alicia back, which is why I don't mind sacrificing it here. If they kill our Siphoner and leave these two alone, I can still sack the Alicia to the Hungry Ghoul. Okay. We are not getting there with lands, unfortunately. And they're going to swing for 7. Yeah, I think that's really unfortunate. We really got put behind. We are in a 2-turn clock with these flyers. And they get a instant and sorcery back. Yikes. Okay, let's hope. Okay, they got Burst Lightning, which can deal 4 damage. Let's get this Dragon Trainer. And unfortunately, I think it's too little, too late. we can gain 2, but they get burst. So I think we'll just concede, not show them any more cards, and go on to game 2. Alright, we are back in game 2. We'll be on the play. Thank goodness we have some mana. No red, but maybe I'm traumatized. I just want to cast my spells. So we're going to keep this. We'll start off with a swamp. And we'll have a removal spell, and we have a Vampire Nighthawk. Oh my goodness. Can I get a red, please? Okay, they had a spell, it seemed like. Okay, it looks like they're debating whether to use... Ah. If this is the case, I think I just use this now. I don't know if they have counter spells. Yeah. That 4 toughness on that creature will really gum up the board. Okay, first game we didn't draw enough lands, and now I'm scared we're not going to get enough mountains. But that is Magic, very high variance game. It is why I play it. It does make comebacks possible. The Witness Protection, I don't mind that. We have plenty of ways to recur our creatures. Okay. And I think this creature enters with a +1/+1. Let's go with this one. We could have attacked there and finished off with the Firebrand, but I think that's okay. Yikes. That's a really good card. Well, we can't really attack because of the 3/6. But we can play this. We can play this. And we'll pass the turn. Are they attacking here? It looks like it. So I think what I'll do is I'll block with Infestation Sage here. I'll block this. And then I'll sack the Firebrand to kill the borders. Unless, of course, he has something to destroy the Infestation Sage before it has a chance to deal damage. And I'm okay if they use the removal spell on that Sage. It was gonna die anyway, just to save their creature. Beginning of each end step, if creature died this turn, untap this creature. And they did. Okay, so we get a flyer. They save their borders, which tells me they might be light on creatures. But if I get another red source, this would significantly increase the clock. And they're gonna get back their burst lightning. That's fortunate. This card seems really good in this sort of deck, especially if you have burn spells. And they got something else. Okay, let's see if this works. Yep, let's put it on top. So if I attacked with this guy there, they'd be down to 12. And then I could have swung for 12 next turn if they attacked, but that wasn't a guarantee. They can choose not... Oh, it needs to die in order for our dude to untap. Thousand-Year Storm. Our opponent is cooking. Okay. Let's hope this goes somewhere. We do get to attack with our flyer that attacks for 2. Ah. Enters. If you attack the top 3 card, I can put one of those on the top of my library and the rest in the graveyard. Okay, well, I think... Okay, so they have the -1, -0 card. They could have another burn spell, but I think they would have just used it. Do I attack with my guy? I think I attack with everything here. Yeah, if I attack with everything... No, I'll attack with our 2 flyers. Okay. We knew that. Ah. Very cool. Unfortunately, can't play around that. Okay. Slagstorm doesn't do a lot here. But we can get Alicia. If we get Alicia, we get Infestation Sage or Fanatical Firebrand. If we get this one, we get a flyer that becomes a 4/4. Unfortunately, I don't think that's enough. So yeah, let's get Alicia. Okay, so we have a Death Toucher, which is good against their ground creatures. Oh my god. 2 of them. Yikes. Whoa. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 5/5. Oh my goodness. Our opponent has a crazy deck. Let's see. 1, 2, 5, 10. There's 7. They still have a lot. So this is not a May effect. So they're drawing a card every turn, and every instant and sorcery they cast draws them 2 cards. So it is possible to get decked, which is why they're probably going on the offensive, and why they're... Okay. They do need to... Okay, this makes sense because they do need to... How likely is it that they have a Sure Strike? I think we chump block, and then... They get +6, 10. We need our flyer. I wouldn't mind if they use their... Yeah, let's just do this. Because they'll have to use their Sure Strike on their Archmage of Runes if they want to survive. And this information will help me understand what they're prioritizing. And it seems they are prioritizing damage. Okay. So we're going to trigger raid here. I think we are dead anyway. So let's see what we can get. I would probably get the Infestation Sage. Just because it can give us a flyer again next time. I mean, surely our opponent just wins here. Yep. No problem. And then we have one last turn, I believe, before we are dead. I don't think keeping the Archmage of Runes would have mattered. Yikes. That's unfortunate. I don't think we're coming back from this. Yeah. I think we swing all out. Yeah. We are dead anyway, so let us swing all out. And that's a good game. Good beats. Let's look at our deck again. I think we are a bit just too heavy on the 4-drops here. Let's go red-green. 2-drop. Slag Storm, Bowsing Berserker. Bushwhack. All right, we're gonna try our red-green cards. This is the beauty of sealed. If one game doesn't pan out, you can always try different colors next time around. I really like the red cards. I think the dragon is really strong. The slag storm can be very strong, and we have some good sideboard cards with threatened effects. Let's go ahead and play in round 2. Okay, round 2, we get the choice of player draw. Once again, let's go with play. Interesting. I don't know if this is good. We don't have any early drops, even though we have both our colors. I think this is a mulligan. Okay, we got both our colors. We got a 2-drop that can ramp. let's keep this. And I think we'll return our Thespian. And start off with... I don't think we'll use Bushwhack for the land initially. I think we'll just use it as a fight, as a possible fight. Looks like we're playing against another green deck. Let's go in with the Ruby Tracker. It has haste, so we can attack. Next turn, we can do our Battle Song Berserker. And give... Let's see. Slag Storm is interesting. Our guy can survive it. Yeah. Whenever it attacks while you control a creature power 4 or greater... Ah, can you stack it so it has both? I'm not sure. Okay. There's a couple of things we can do here. I am thinking of putting this because we can get the +1/+1. Or I can Bushwhack, have them fight. Yeah. I'll have them fight. Or do I get their Bana? I think I'm gonna get their Bana, actually. And then I'll attack and give this guy Menace. I don't really care about this creature right here. Okay. And then I think we go for the Twin Flame Tyrant and attack with the Battle Song Berserker. Okay, now we're cooking. Do you want to take 8? Oh my god. This dragon is insane. Okay, our opponent's playing a red-green creature deck similar to ourselves, which could possibly mean that our threaten effects, involuntary employment, what a great card name, will be great in this deck. Slagstorm, yes. Fanatical Firebrand's good because they got elves. Let's see. I don't think we really need that card. The Firebrand Archer doesn't seem that good. I think we want to go big and get these two. Actually, I think this is still pretty good because it's a 2-mana 3/3 essentially. So let's keep that in. And eventually, we didn't see any enchantments or artifacts from them, but Reclamation Sage is an option, as well as having this guy actually will be good so that we can make sure their big guys can't block. And that means I don't think we would really need our Gorehorn Raider. Yeah, let's go down that card. All right, game 2. Game 2, we're going to be on the draw. This unfortunately doesn't have any green mana, so I think this is a mulligan. I don't know if we'll just get there. Okay, this is interesting because we have some really expensive cards. We are in the draw, so I will keep it. We'll remove one of our threatened effects. If this guy dies early, we have a surveil to find us more lands. They didn't lead with an elf, but they do have a 2/2, which I will happily trade. Ooh, I think we'll keep that. That does find us a land. Yes, I will trade. And still keep that. We'll get a mountain and place at mountain. Okay, so we can use this and get a treasure token. Or play this. Okay, I think I'm gonna do. If I do this, I get to hit them for 4, get a treasure token, and if we draw a land next turn, we get to play the giant and get a 1/1 token. Or I can just play this and possibly trade. No, I think we'll... I don't know if this is good to use early, so let's just play the 4/3. Do they have a bushwhack? Ah. Okay. I still think I play the giant. I wouldn't mind taking 4 again, go down to 8, and then hopefully draw a land so that we can double giant landfall trigger. Yep, let's say no blocks. We're gonna go for the payoff here. Unfortunately, we didn't get there. Attack for 9, play a Dwin's Elite, or just play the giant. The thing is, if I play the giant, I don't really want to block with it. So, given that this is their only creature, let's put some pressure and let's put some blockers down. This is only when you control another elf. For some reason, I thought this was an elf too. And a planeswalker. Create a code in the target you control, except it has haste. And sacrifice this. It can deal 8 damage, divide as you choose. That is a very, very strong card. Big yikes. Can this hit planeswalkers? Unfortunately not.
Don't call me an explosive expert for nothing.
Okay, so I think we have to slag storm here and do 3 damage to each creature. And then we'll save this land for our giant next turn.
Think fast, fight hard.
Yikes. They get a menace creature. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to destroy any of that. Okay, let us concede here. A planeswalker, huh? Let's try going with a more... I think I should have had these cards earlier. And maybe only 1 Firebrand. Okay, let's try this. Play first. And we'll keep this. Oof. Alanor Elves is really good. Okay, let's go with red. Red or green? Red or green? Red. So that way, that will be a 4/4, which will pump the Horn Beetle. No problem. I got one of my own. And then if we draw another one, we get to play this. We don't quite have enough to do this and use the no block. So the question is, do we just gain 4 life? Or do we make a 6/6? I think we just make a 6/6. Which we can do. That will trade. I don't mind trading with that one. And we're about to have a 6/6 here. And then we can use a threaten effect or a can't block effect if we draw another land. I think we... I think we do this. We get the spider. And then next turn, we've got enough mana, even if we don't draw land, to do Sower of Chaos, plus the spider can't block next turn. Okay, target creature can't block this turn. Do you want to double block? You can't double block. And then hope to goodness gracious we don't get planeswalkered. I think it costs 7? Yay, we got there. Good games. Okay, looking back at the deck, these banners are looking pretty good. We are light on the 3-drops, so let's keep those in. And, you know, I don't think these archers are very good, so let's cut those. And let's run it back. Alright, round 3, we get lucky again. We get to choose player draw. We are going to go into play. And let's keep this. Let's go mountain. And I think I should have these on green. We had a lot of green creatures. I say that as our only creature in our hands, red. Ah, interesting. Okay, let's go green. Let's go red, I mean. This is a sick card. Ooh, is our opponent ramping? Okay, let's go with the Battle Song Berserker. The next turn we have Quill Great Worm, which is great because this has Menace, unless they have a removal spell, of course. And it would get, what, 5 counters? Oh, please, opponent, let me do the thing. Just equip it. Yes, just equip it. Oh my god, we are getting to do the thing. I think they should have attacked there. They know that, or at least it says here that this guy gets Menace. And then we got Bushwhack. To get any of their second creatures, we can play a Treetop Snare Spinner and use Bushwhack since this has Death Touch. Or we can just use one of our big creatures. Looks like our opponent also playing red-green. I don't know if they needed a second red source for something. Threaten effect? Yes, sir. Have it fight. Do you have a Bushwhack of your own? Ah, no problem. Like I said, we can just get Treetop Snare Spinner to um, fight with this. Whew. Okay, okay. Treetop Snare Spinner, and I'll have 2 mana open. Target creature I control fights with target creature I don't control. And then attack. And I think we give... Okay, you may cast by removing 6 counters from other coming to... Okay. Yeah, I think this is better. They get to trade with the worm, but we get to hit them for 10. Put 10 counters. We obviously lose if we whatchamacallit, if they have another threaten effect. Oh my goodness, we have a 19-19. Timmy and me is happy. We just need to attack, and this is a lethal. This card is insane. It only costs 6? You may cast this card from your graveyard by removing 6 counters. Oof. Secluded Courtyard on Elf. I imagine they've got Llanowar elves then? Or multiple elves, I guess. Okay. Attack. Okay, that was sweet. Since they have Swiftfoot boots, maybe it's time for our good old Reclamation Sage. Yeah, okay, what would remove? I think this is good against their elves, which I imagine they have, given that they put this on elf. They're playing a lot of large creatures, so this would be good. Let's remove that. Let's remove that. This one doesn't seem very good. And a 12-8. Do I want a 12-8? I wish it had trample. And then we're gonna put the Sword of Chaos in. And maybe take out a 3-1. Look, we're both ramping here, so let's rely heavier on the upper portion of our curve. Okay. Keepable. Adventuring Gear, Landfall, +1+1, +2/+2. Ah, okay, okay. Now the question is, do I Horn Beetle here? Or do I save for Slag Storm? I think I'll do the Beetle. Because this survives the Slag Storm. Okay, it'll hit me for 4. No blocks. Ah, okay. And then now I can play Forest, have them fight. Do I want to have them fight? Or am I okay taking... You know, I don't mind taking another 4 here. If they have that ramp spell, that would be a lot of damage, but I imagine they'd try and wait for the kicker, which is 5 mana. Ah, perfect. Okay, now's a good time to do the Slag Storm. Slag Storm or play the Battle Song Berserker. If they have Galta 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think I do Slag Storm here. That way, the turn after, I'll have Berserker and Bushwhack. Five mana. This card is turning out to be a really good card. Just because it says whenever you attack, like, they don't have to attack. And look, indeed, they did have the ramp card, and now they've got 7 mana. We've also got a lot of mana. And they can give it haste. Ah, but it looks like they're light on creatures. And we'll play a forest. We'll do the tyrant. We'll attack. Take 8. And now do they have a creature or a removal spell? Removal spell. And then equip. Do you do the boots first or the adventuring gear? Ah. You can do both. Okay, our opponent doesn't have any cards in hand. And we have some useless cards of our own. Now, I'm going to save it since we can... The other use would be to thin our deck out of lands, but I don't think we need to do that. Yikes. Okay. We are just racing here. I can't fight them. They have hexproof. They get to do... Ah. I think we win, because they can only give hexproof to one of their creatures. Ooh, I don't know if that's good, right? Oh, it attacks each combat if able. Oh, I see. They probably should have played that in the second main phase then, to leave 2 blockers, but either way, we had the win. Hooray! Wow, we get to choose again, play or draw. Thank you, Wizards. Let's be on the play. I think this is fine. Let's hope to draw more action. Let's go Mountain. We'll have a turn 2 Ruby, and hopefully a turn 4 Raider. Okay. I think we just attack here. Land. And then... I think we Firebrand their Firebrand. We probably could have waited. Maybe they drop another 3-1. Okay. That's perfect. Okay, we do need to attack. When this creature enters, if you attack this turn, this creature deals. I think we still need to play it just for our curve. Even though... Yeah, even though it would have been nice to get an attack in. Okay, no problem. And I think I'll wait on the Reclamation Sage. I don't really know what the artifacts and enchantments are of this set. There could be some really crazy ones. Ah, our opponent's rampant. Seems like red-green's well represented today. Now, do we gain 4? Okay, if we put 2 counters here, they'll take 6, down to 9, take 8, possibly go for lethal. Okay. I'll do 2 counters. And now we have lethal on the swing back. Phoenix has to attack. Do they have a removal spell? Okay, okay. I give... I can give Menace to my 7 to this guy, and then have a 4/4 and a 3/4 as blockers. Wow, maybe I should have played the Rex Sage earlier. Alright. They attack for 3, and then if we are able to take 4 damage somehow, they can threaten our Battle Song Berserker. Ah, we got there. Okay. Flyers and a Hydra. They're ramping to something. They've got fight cards. And they've got Firebrand as well. I'll cut down on the Firebrands and get these threatened effects. Betting that they also have some crazy high-end creatures that we can steal for a turn. Or even their flyers. Okay, looks like we got a Leyline Axe. If this is your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. Oh, well, that is a sweet card. They get double strike and trample. Ah, they also have a ruby. Very cool, very cool. They can equip, they'll get a 2/3. Yep. Now, is it better to put Heraldic Banner first? I think so, given that we have a lot of high-costed creatures. This is a very fast clock from them, though. Especially if they can put down a 4-power creature that would pump. Yikes. Okay. It is a good thing. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll play that. This one will get +2/+2 and Menace, which can trade with both of these. And then we can Bushwhack. Okay. We'll attack with this. Give it Menace. Make it a 5/4. They can either lose their 2 creatures. Okay, that's no problem. And now the question is, do we Bushwhack their Ruby? Or... I think we... Either way, they can spend 3 mana to give it... If I Bushwhack this... Yeah, I think I have to do this. I can't have a 5/5 double striker just in my face like that. Ah. Nice. And they do tap the ruby to do that. We are flooded. Oh, we got nothing else to do. Hiya! We'll take 1, 2, 3, 8. They have to double block. Yeah. Well, we have to attack. Do we? If we double attack, they just put their 3. Yep. I think we have to. Oh, interesting. I for sure thought that they would equip the Leyline Axe on their dragon and just finish me off. Maybe our opponent didn't see it. Or maybe our opponent has to win anyway. We do have Ward 2. If I block... If I get a removal spell, I win. If I get another creature, I think I have to block, unfortunately. Come on, creature. Okay, do I gain 4 life, or do I make a 6/6? I think I make a 6/6. Oh, oh my goodness. What is that? I have to block. This is a crazy card. Alright, good game. I don't think we're beating that. Okay. It's got ward space 7 life. My goodness. I can't wait to use this on that then. It does have first strike. It does have lifelink. Oh, that is cool art as well. Alright, I think that's okay. I don't think we need to do much. I'm thinking we might want to start investing in cards like these. There are just so many times where I don't have good hands or I'm flooded. Keeping the Slag Storm. That's really good. This one's okay, I think. That one's good. It's just a bit awkward sometimes. Okay. Let's run it back. We'll be on the play. We will keep. And do I think I'm okay not using the Bushwhack quite yet. The Firebrand, okay. then I think we will pass the turn and then use this as an instant. Ah, wouldn't mind a slag storm here. So we're gonna discard the forest just in case we draw slag storm. Did not draw slag storm. Draw this. Question is, do I play Rex Sage? It will just trade for one of the firebrands. I don't think so. The axe is a big threat, so we would love to have it then. Very nice draw here. We get a snare spinner, which has reach. The Phoenix has to attack. They can finish off our snare spinner if they use both the firebrands. Okay, our opponent is thinking here. Oh, Slag Storm, where are you? Okay, we block. Do you want to use both your firebrands? You do. Okay, I'm actually okay with this. Now we don't really need the Slag Storm as much, because we can do Battle Song Berserker, Bushwhack, have them fight the Ruby Tracker, and we want to take them off the mana as much as possible because they've got some crazy 7-drops in their deck. I am okay trading. Is it a sure strike? Ah. I'm okay trading because we have a lot of cards in our deck. And, I mean, we have a lot of cards in our hand, whereas they were down to 2. Okay. This will be lethal if they don't have any removal spells. Ooh! Good games, opponent. Okay, before we go into the last round here, let us look at the deck. Like I said, I think we need the Thrill of Possibility. I don't know if we need it, but it does feel nice to have. We'll go down 1 Firebrand. This one, I'm not super impressed with this one. I think it's great in a sack deck, but we'll get the 3/1 Surveil card. That will help with some draws. And then the only other consideration are these cards. I didn't get a chance to play with this one. But I am already quite stacked up on 4-drops. So I wouldn't mind going down one of these to try this. But this acts sort of as a pseudo removal spell sometimes. So let's just run this. We are playing best of 3, so we can always make adjustments once we know what our opponent is playing. All right, here we are. We are on the draw, and this is an interesting hand because I can Bushwhack for a mountain, and we have ramp. We are in the draw. I think I will keep this. Our opponent rocking the lightning bolt sleeves. I like it. Do we need to do this right now? Why not? We have two. Let's get a mountain. Pass the turn. Black green. Ooh. So what does black green care about? Counters? No, I think counters was a thing I saw with green white. Um, hmm. Black green. Oh, maybe it's a threshold thing. We shall see. Morbid. Morbid was black or red, I think. Ah. Our opponent is... Okay, so just to be more mana efficient, is it better to play the ruby and then have this after, or is it better to do the heraldic banner on red? I think we'll go, just for mana efficiency's sake, the banner. Whenever Lathril deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 green Elfort. Oh my lord. Okay, okay. We'll play Ruby Daring Tracker, and then we'll play a Crackling Prowler, and then pass. They're gonna get a lot of tokens. So I think we need Slagstorm here. Or... Maybe this is a good one. Ah, they have... Oh, Stab. Stab is in this set. I love that card. Is it Stab? Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. I think I'm thinking of an enchantment type effect. Stab Wound or something. Okay, if I attack, I can get this. Or I can give this and have it fight. I think the fight is better. So let me attack. And then I will fight this. They do have a Rogue's Passage, which makes one of the creatures unblockable. That's pretty sweet. Still wouldn't mind a Slag Storm here. Okay, can't be blocked. Take two. Do we surveil first? I think we attack first. Yes, let's attack first. Get that raid trigger. And flood them with blockers. Say goodbye to that mountain. Still looking for Slag Storm. Ooh, we got there. Okay, this is an interesting thing. It looks like they have +1/+1 counters. They got... Are there like overrun type effects in this set? It looks like they're going... They have a possibility of going wide. I mean, we only saw a few cards from our opponents, so not quite sure if this is worth playing our threaten effects, but I think it's perfect for our firebrands. So let's go with a firebrand and what to cut. Hmm. I'm thinking we either cut the Dwynen's Elite or the Thriller Possibility. We still have 17 creatures, so I'm cutting the Elite. What is this? This is probably not a keep. I think we're gonna mulligan that. Ooh, and we did get the Slag Storm. I think we're gonna keep this and we're gonna put back a forest. We'll have double red from the banner and the mountain and hope to get another land for this giant. Okay, we'll go forests. And we'll go mountain. Our opponent's not really doing anything right now. Okay. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Okay. I'll go mountain. And then I think we'll go this on green. Since we have these cards. This one survives the Slag Storm, so that's pretty sweet. So this makes me think that they have a lot of go wide token generating strategies. So I think we need to cast the Slag Storm before we do the Giants. We're okay to cast the Berserker before the Slag Storm. Ah, we played with this card earlier. This is a sweet card. Okay, now do I do Berserker or do I just do Slag Storm? I think we don't mind taking 5, possibly more. Ah, okay. Okay, this is perfect because we get to do Battlesong Berserker and we bushwhack this. There's an argument to be made for waiting to bushwhack or using the bushwhack to get a land for our giants, but depending on what they have in hand, it's probably best to keep the board clear. Okay. Now that that's there, I think I don't mind saving the Slag Storm. I think we win this race. Okay. Now I think we have the Slag Storm. Or maybe not. If a source you control will deal damage to an opponent or opponent could reach... I mean, we have to play this. And then attack with what? Attack with our giant, give it menace. Then they have to lose 2 of their creatures. Okay. I should just be mindful that they have a possible removal spell. So let's get kind of crazy here. Let's give this menace. I don't mind if they trade because we are threatening lethal with the Tyrant. And if all else fails, if the Tyrant survives, we get to do 6 damage to their creatures and only 3 to ours. If I'm reading the Tyrant correctly. Okay, you're going to have to double block that. Okay, I don't mind that. Do you want to take 14? You are okay taking 14, and now Slagstorm's just lethal. Okay. I don't mind losing my Tyrant now then, unless they play... Oh, even if they gain 4 life with the 6 drop. Yeah. Do they have the fight? Do they have a bushwhack? Ooh, they didn't have a removal spell for the Tyrant, and even if they did, we did have Slagstorm. Good games. Wow. We went there. We got all the marbles. That was super fun. I am so excited to be back playing Magic the Gathering. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to take a quick break and I'm just going to start drafting, and that will probably be the next few videos. Thank you so much for joining me. Please support the channel, give it a like, comment, give it some engagement, subscribe if you feel so inclined. Either way, have a great day.